Broerman Farmstead. I know you can't see it now, but the heifer's right here just a little bit ago grazing on the pasture. Ashley and I earlier this week had actually put up one of those electric Gallagher reels, I think is what they call it, but we started rotationally grazing the pasture, and you can tell there's actually a very definitive line right down here as to where they've grazed so far. So we've decided to divide this field up into 4 sections, section 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and rotationally graze this. Right now, with how the weather's been, we should be able to keep the heifers on each section for a week or more. So we're going to see exactly how many days they do last on it. This section here only lasted about 5 days, but they've already been grazing it for a while because they've been very interested in the chickens. So I'm very curious to see how long that next section lasts. But we'll get to that in a little bit. What we're going to do first is work on this over here. It's been about 10 days now since we planted the corn, and it's all coming up pretty good. Starting to make really nice rows and look really nice, but what's also starting to come up is small weeds. So we're going to take that rotary hoe that we bought earlier this spring and go over this field and try to get rid of some of the pesky small weeds. Now, this corn is a conventional corn. We're in transition. This crop I don't think we're going to be able to count as a transition crop, just for the fact that I could not find untreated corn seed when planting this. But I figured this would still be a good practice this year to see if we can manage these crops with a row cultivator. And if it gets away from us, we can still call the co-op and have them come out and spray it. Because it isn't organic and this is not going to be a transition crop, just being the fact that this seed was treated. So let's get to work. Let's hoe out some weeds. Now we finished rotary hoeing, and you look, it just broke the surface of that ground up real nice, and for the most part left all of the corn alone. Corn's got deeper roots, so it's not going to get hurt as quickly as any other of these smaller weeds. Now what you do see popping up in this row yet is a lot of the alfalfa that we tried plowing down. A little bit of that's still trying to come through. Rotary hoe isn't going to get rid of a bigger weed like this. That guy is firmly planted. He's got deep roots. We'll come back probably next week and we'll take the row cultivators over all this corn, and that should take care of those bigger weeds and start helping suppress any of that alfalfa that's coming up. As you can see, we have a really nice defined strip here that the cows have already grazed, and an area right next to it that's been untouched. I've already went ahead and moved one of the reels and attached it to that post over there. Ashley and Jerome are gonna help me set up the next row of fence and string out this reel. I've already set up my next T-post for the corner, and we'll go and remove our post in between. Clip the end of the wire onto the fence. And we'll start walking back, setting post out, and unreeling the wire. Ground's a lot softer wherever this alfalfa is. Anywhere else it's very dry. I'm still finding out the proper way to attach this reel anywhere that I'm using it. For now, I've just got a piece of wire running down to my fence and a gate handle up here. I've been looking up different instructions on how to hang these properly or use them, and most of them that I've seen, well, they don't show it. They show putting up the fence, they show, setting the wire. None of them have really shown hooking up the reel yet. I'm still looking for better ways to hook the reel up. So if any of you guys have ideas or know how to do this properly, leave in the comments, because I could use some help. Got the new wire hung up, all on the post, strung a new line. I've got an insulator here in the corner, that way I can change my direction. All you gotta do now is hook up the other reel down there on that fence, and then it should be ready to go. And I'll be just waiting for the girls to want to get out of the barn and get in the sun again. They're out here this morning when the sun wasn't fully out. They ate, and now they're laying down and taking naps. So later today, maybe when the sun goes down or their bellies get a little empty, they'll come out here and they'll start grazing this new strip of hay. Well, there, that's probably not going anywhere. You can do it! You can do it! There you go. Yeah. Lift and pull, lift and pull. Come on, girls. Hurry up, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. It's okay, the cows aren't gonna get you. I'd like to, yeah. And we'll just remove the power from that for now. And I can do the strings that are provided with this wire fence and open this gateway up. So we're gonna move our chicken palace ahead. And typically, it'd be really nice to do this first thing in the morning. Chickens should be inside. If you shut the door after they go in at night, move it, no problem. my chickens want to roost underneath the chicken palace, so we're gonna do this the hard way, I guess.
Hey, what are we about to do?
I know.
Harper?
I don't know.
Charlotte, what are we gonna do?
I know.
You don't know. We are gonna move the chicken palace forward. Look, it's starting to kill. So they're starting to eat too much of that hay.
Cows. Daddy, the cows.
It's okay, you're fine. We're very afraid of cows. Can you tell? All right, we got to stay inside the palace, so we got to move up. Let's go look at our birds.
So, our dad is working on this because they're moving it because they're eating too much grass. And when two chickens are, my sister and me and my brother are scared of the cows. So, whew, the chickens are scared too. We're a little bit scared because the cows are going to probably get us. It's like more from Dad. Okay. We're going to help him and nail forward to the grass.
Can you hold that one?
Too much.
Eventually, I want to use my Farmall B to pull this chicken palace around the field. And I did just order parts to get that going again, and we'll show you that in another video. But until then, I'm going to use my loader tractor. Since the chickens weren't in the chicken palace last night, we're going to have to move it with them in here. And basically all we're going to do is we're going to kind of leapfrog the fence ahead a little bit. We already moved the fence a little bit. We'll hook up to the chicken palace, move that as far forward as we can, and then move the fence again. So, it's a little more work, but it is what it is. Hey, Jerome, you remember putting these boards up? Can you help me? Can we put them up?
Can I help?
Here, let's, give me a second, you can help too. All right, can you put it up and clip it? Put the hook on it. Good job. All right, and you want to do this one? All right, let me loosen. All right, Dad's gonna loosen it up, okay? All right. Good job. All right, and we'll take the chicken ramp. So Sean helped me the other day get all of our nesting boxes put in here. So we've got 5 10-hole nesting boxes, not raw boxes, just regular nesting boxes. And that's gonna work for us. So 5 around the outside. And then I went and got these trash cans and put feed cups on the bottom for their feed. And I've got 2 of these in here like this. That should last them at least a week, if not 2 weeks, depending on the time of the year and how much feed they're eating, which is going to save me a lot of work bringing feed out here to the chicken palace. All right, let's move the chickens. And now I've just got to put the step up. All right, now we get to leapfrog the fence forward one more time. Maybe 2 more times, yeah.
All right, here.
Yeah. Well, Ashley, the kids, and I have got the chickens moved. I've got to get the loader tractor out of here and hook their water back up. And I'm going to show you how that works here in just a little bit. Perfect. All right, I'll get it from here. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Daddy, can you accompany us to the
You want help? You want help getting to the gate to get out? All right. All right, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, yep. Tip, 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 tip. Go, girls. There we go. They're just curious.
Wave to Ryan and Cody.
Hey, there's Ryan and Cody. Hey! Actually, could you do me one more favor once you get over there?
Yeah.
There's a piece of hose over there I'm going to have you get for me.
All right, hold on, Charlotte.
Man, you guys are so big. All right, Ashley, can I have that hose? Put it right between here. Perfect. Yes, thank you. So I've got 3/8 airline for my water hose. I've got 300 feet of it, plus 25 feet that I keep with the chicken palace. I've already got water running through it. I got the hydrant set down there, and it's relatively low pressure. So every time I move it, I can add a length. I've got brass fittings on it, so they hopefully don't rust as quickly, because brass doesn't rust. Hopefully it don't oxidize, and that's it. Show you inside what that water's going to.
Bye, Dad. Bye, Daddy.
Bye! Right up here front, I've got a rubber bowl and a livestock water tank float. I've got a quick fitting on that one as well. So if I dump that out, clean it out, it'll refill until the bowl's full. Now I'm still gonna check that a couple times a day to make sure that they have water. But when you have close to 200 chickens out on pasture, that's gonna be a lot easier keeping an adequate amount of clean water to them than me trying to bucket water out here. Even trying to fill one of those bigger totes and running water out the bottom. Although it would work very well, I can keep fresh, clean water to the chickens this way. I don't have to carry that water tote around with me. Now, in the future, would I do that? Maybe. I left room on the front of this to be able to put a tote for feed and put a tote for water in case I ever wanted to. I mean, right now, this seems like a pretty good idea. The 3/8 airline I got from Harbor Freight. I got the fittings from Harbor Freight. The tank float, local Tractor Supply, and the rubber bowl, I had it around here. So I've got maybe 150 bucks in hose right now and fittings. So I don't think that's too bad. Just because I moved the chickens, you girls finally figured out that there was hay there that you hadn't touched yet. All right, go pick through it. Well, and that's that. The chicken palace is moved. I've got the electric running to the netting again. They've got water again, and they've got plenty of food for at least another 3 or 4 days, if not a week. The girls, for the most part, have left us alone, besides trying to eat some of this hay that they hadn't been to yet. Also, the Farmall B that I want to use to start moving that chicken tractor is, well, this one. Well, not that B, John Deere B, that's the high camps, but the Farmall B. This Farmall B was my grandpa's, and it was actually the first tractor that I'd ever bought. I used to cut hay with it with a sickle bar mower when I first started farming. I would rake with it, and I even planted my wheat and my soybeans with it, pulling our John Deere FB drill. This tractor, 3 years ago, the Magneto, well, something happened, quit working, and left me stranded out in the field raking hay. I've tried to rebuild the magneto on it twice, and I think there's a grounding issue or it's a me issue, which is very likely. Well, so to fix that, and another problem, or could be a problem with this thing, is I'm going to convert this to 12 volts, and I'm going to actually take the magnet out of the magneto and turn it into a distributor. Now, that should hopefully fix the two problems that I have with this tractor. One is that's not running, and running that magneto, basically using just the cap and rotor on the end for the distributor drive, well, it's going to run the tractor. The other problem is that I haven't had a battery on this tractor. Well, without having a battery on this tractor, means that every time I start it, I hand crank it. Now, this tractor's always started pretty well, and first, second crank, now that I've got all my little kids around here, and I'm not getting younger, I don't want to keep cranking this tractor to start it. I've had it kick back on me a couple times, and I haven't gotten hurt, but there's a yet we put on the end of that. I haven't gotten hurt yet. So to run this as a primary tractor, to move that chicken palace and to do some other small odd jobs around here, maybe even rake hay again, I'm going to get the starter going and start it up there. That way I shouldn't have to start it using that crank. So I'm not sure if that'll be next week's video or not, but this Farmall B is going to start running and being used around this farm again. I know you guys haven't seen it, but for me, this was a workhorse around here for a while. And I'd like to use it again, being that it was one of my grandpa's tractors, and it was actually the first tractor that I bought off of him. So that'll be getting done soon.